Hey guys, this isn't King this time. This is the creator. For those guys who don't know, this is just basically out of character King, right? You know, I'm not doing a bit. I'm not doing a character. I'm not doing anything like that. This is just me, the real me. So essentially today I had like an existential crisis because I finished Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and for some reason that was enough to like give me an existential crisis or whatever. So I thought, well, I'll just calm down my nerves by doing something, simple but also something bittersweet, right? I'm gonna read to you a Fortnite fanfic that I wrote that I started writing in seventh grade, right? And there's like a lot of context I want to go over behind this. If you don't want to hear any of this, just skip ahead. But if you, so I just skip ahead a few seconds, right? So essentially, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on channel yet or not. But middle school was hell for me, quite literally. That was like an emotional hell for me, quite literally, right? I was getting bullied constantly, like whenever I was at school, right? It's felt like I was kind of alone, Sure, I had my family backing me up, right? But there's only so much they could do, right? So I discovered that's when I discovered this app called Amino, right? And Amino, for those guys who don't know, the way I like to describe it is if Twitter, if it was if white Twitter, specifically white Twitter and Reddit had a baby, right, or had twins, right, and those twins had a baby. That's what Amino is. Essentially, that's how toxic, that's how bad Amino is. However, I downloaded it during a moment of weakness, right, and I got into it, and it felt like I wasn't so alone anymore. That's what Amino was for me. And yeah, essentially, on Amino, I noticed that people writing fan fictions essentially on there too, outside of like, because Amino is a place where you could chat with people, and like, you could also make posts, like Instagram style posts, but on top of that, people also use that Instagram style to make fan fictions too and all that. So most of the fan fictions were just essentially about, shipping two Fortnite skins together, one of my favorites being Bright Bomber X Drift, right? Yes, I did have a favorite back then. I'm not ashamed to say that. But yeah, um, however, I noticed that there weren't any trying to tell any actual stories, right? And this is back when I was getting into writing. I written like the Spider-Man fan fiction a while ago, where it's just basically me as Spider-Man, right? I thought, why not tell a story here, like a true story here, right? So I created this story, The Bunker. And The Bunker, like, is what got me like really into writing, right? Because The Bunker, it took off for a post on the Fortnite Amino, right? Because Fortnite Amino, the average post was getting like 7 or 8 likes. This got like 14, right? This got like consistently got 14 and 20 likes, which for those guys who don't know, it's sort of like getting 1,000 likes on YouTube consistently. That's what this fanfiction was. So in my eyes, it blew up. It blew up. It took off, right? Which is funny considering what I'm about to read to you guys, but yeah, it got me to write and realize, hey, I'm pretty good at this. This isn't just something I can make myself an experiment. I could probably tell like actual stories, and so, you know, I decided to do that, right? And I wrote it. I finished season one, and yeah, I finished season one in eighth grade, right? And then I just sort of stopped. I'll get to that after I finish reading the entirety of season one, right? But I'm gonna read it to you now. And just a fair warning, this was in middle school, right? This was before I had seen this show called Watchmen, and before that show sort of opened up my mind to like what great writing could be, right? To what I could be making. This was back in seventh grade when I was only focused on writing for the fun of it. I don't want to create a Watchmen. I wanted to create something like Venom, where sure the story wasn't necessarily good, but holy shit, I'm just having fun. Everyone involved is going to be having fun, no matter what, right? But yeah, without further ado, I present to you guys The Bunker. Also, one last thing before I start reading, I do recommend that you read this on the original fanfiction.net website. Like, I have it linked down in the description below, but that's how this was meant to be read. And in fact, like, this is like me after I just read the entire thing. It does flow a bit better when you read it yourself rather than, listen to me read it and then go over, yeah, that was a bad sentence, that was not a good sentence, or like be confused when I read something, right? So, yeah, if you do have a choice, please go read it, the original on fanfiction.net. And yeah, thanks. And here's The Bunker. So it sort of starts off with an author's note, right? That says this story was inspired by two things. One, the new game Fallout 76. As you could tell, this is like right at the beginning of my Fallout addiction, right? where it hadn't changed my life yet, where I became super addicted to it. However, I was like getting into it right with Fallout 76. So it's inspired by Fallout 76 and a series on Amino called Apocalypse Royale. That's just basically zombies invading Fortnite, right? Also, the bunker looks like the Welling Woods bunker, except there are teleporters where there are rooms. Now, without further ado, I present the bunker. Fun fact, that last part ends up going nowhere. In fact, that last part that I mentioned gets retconned out of existence. But without further ado, let's begin with the summary. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a bunker? And this story takes place during season 3, where the bunker does exist, and me and my cousin, Grill Sergeant, are preparing for the meteor who Rusty suspects is carrying chemicals that could be harmful to the island life. This is just minutes before the bunker strikes. Also, there's no maze around the bunker, and there's a stairway going down the main part. Now we have to create a star. So, Rust Lord, Slurp Juice, Grill Sergeant, check. Rust, Shields and Minis, Grill, check. Rust, Food, Grill, check. The duo checked off their supplies in the bunker. That was enough food there. There was enough food there to last them a long time. Rusty had suspected the mirrors would collide anytime soon. He has been suspicious for a while, so he and his cousin have been posting flyers all over the island about the bunker, from Dusty Depot to Tilted Towers, and now he was certain that it was coming soon. They were going to over all they had it before it happened. Holy crap. Grill looks down, sort of sad. Rusty, you okay, dude? You seem down. Grill, yeah, it's just, what if we don't make it? What if the bunker air filters fail, or we run out of power, we don't have enough supplies, or... Rusty, don't worry, we'll be fine. But deep down inside, Rusty was more scared than Grill could ever be. Then the alarm went off. Rusty, the meteor, sound the alarm, sound the meteor, it's happening. Sound the alarm, it's happening. So Grill ran off and sounded the alarm, and then he got his pump and went out to escort in people in. Almost every season 3 sting came running down the bunker. Emphasis on almost, right? Grill, now take your time. Rust Lord will explain everything once inside. Just make yourself at home. Once on the Grill sealed, or in this case edited, the metal door shut. Once everyone was down there and calm, Rusty gave the following speech. Okay, now everyone, I know this could be a bit scary, but a loud boom was heard outside. And then it's just like an emoticon of O. And what it says was everyone's facial reaction. Rust Lord, okay, that was terrifying, but we are safe now. As long as we're down here, we'll be safe. Raptor raises his hand. Rust Lord, yes, Yellow Deadpool. Raptor, 1 is Raptor, and 2, how long till we come out again? After about 1 season out there, more than likely send someone out there, more than likely Grow Sergeant, to see how the world's holding up. If it's safe, then we'll let you emerge. Okay, so have a seat, make yourself at home. The room's over there, and cheers to a new future. So y'all guys can chat, pop open a slurp, eat an apple. Oh, and also Beef Boss and Tomato have decided to put aside their differences and provide food for us. So make sure to go to the diner/cafeteria/food court for a pizza or a burger. If you need me, I'll be in my office waiting for this thing to blow over. Thank you very much. And then it ends with an author's note saying, thank you so much for reading this. I'm working on the next chapter as of right now, so me more interested in this. I hope you enjoyed. Again, thanks for reading this, and see you next time. So yeah, episode 1 is, as you could tell, like, I had an interesting way of writing. I wrote this more like a script for theater, because I was in theater back then in 7th grade, so, why not write like a script like that, right? There's like a lot of grammatical errors, right? I had a hard time reading it myself back then, but it's a good start, yeah. So now on to episode 2, Survivors. The author note says, welcome back. I'm sure this one will have more pizzazz. Let's get into it, shall we? 1 season later, aka season 5. Drill Sergeant is walking through the streets of Tilted Horn, and they are looking for survivors. Gosh, one mirror could do all this. What's next? Zombies coming out and eating me? And you're never going to guess what happened next. Oh, Mr. Narrator, you don't mean... Oh, I do mean a husk, as they say in Save the World, came out and lunged at him. Girl shot the husk and went limp. The bleep was that? That's what we like to call a husk. points his AR at mysterious figure, and just, who the heck are you? My name is Rift. Drift puts his hands up, and I was here to gather supplies for me and my camp group. Please don't kill me. I come in peace. Flashback to Rusty. It's time to go out and see if it's safe to be there. And if it isn't, you come along with survivors. Bring them in. Just make sure they don't kill us all. LOL. Grill puts his gun down. How long would you like for you and your group camp to come to me and my cousin's bunker? His girl's offering Drift for that entire group to come to the bunker. That's it. Drift, how can I trust you? Because I didn't shoot you. Now can I see your camp? Right this way, he said, a little sarcastic. So they went to the camp, which was a room in that one building, and top right corner building an OG tilted. Drift, welcome to my camp. It looked like a regular room with a few people and an infinite campfire. Drift, well, this is my crew. This is my wife, Bright Bomber. Hello. My bro, Rex raved to Grill, and his wife, Cole, team leader. What's up? This guy's from Vendor Tank. Well, actually, we're not with those bleep holes. We're here with these guys named Amino Tech. Okay, I guess. Well, anyway, he says that we can go to their bunker and stay there. Okay, let's go. Wait, really? Speaking for me and Rex, anything beats this bleep hole. Okay, then we leave tomorrow. Agreed. The bunker. Rusty was in his office sleeping in his chair. Rusty was in his office sleeping in his chair. What a lazy bones. Then all of a sudden the walkie-talkie came to life. Grill. Explorer Grill to Overseer Rusty. Explorer Grill to Overseer Rusty. Do you copy? Rusty woke up startled. Yeah, I copy. You find any signs of life? I found survivors. So, does that mean it's safe to go out? Yeah, about that. What happened? Everything up here is infested with these things called husks. They're basically zombies. So, I propose we do this. We tell everyone in the bunker that the world is like it once was, and just zombies, and let them decide whether they want to stay or leave. Rusty. Grill. You there? Rusty, yeah, sorry, on it. So Rusty went on the intercom that also plays old music, because that was an important detail I needed to have there, and made an announcement. Rusty, people of the bunker, this is your overseer speaking. I got word that the outside world is, well, infested with zombie-like creatures and husks. Faint gasps can be heard outside. So y'all guys can go into the land and try to fight off these creatures, or you can stay here and just go out occasionally for supplies. Either way, these things are out there and we don't know the behavior yet, so continue about your day. If you want to leave, just notify me. But oddly enough, no one snuck out nor notified Rusty that they were leaving. He just finished the announcement and Rusty sat back down and popped open a slurp and relaxed, listening to the radio. Back at Tilted. Grill. So, y'all have means of transportation, or do we have to walk a few miles back? Drift. Well, we had an ATK, but a tear runs down his eye. Bright Bomber. It was lost while on a supply run near Lazy Links. What's that? It's where Anchorage Acres used to be. So, anyway, while on a supply run, a horde of zombies came out of nowhere and ran at us. Me and Drift tried driving away, but the zombies got to us and we ended up leaving it behind and used a jump pad to get away. Grill. So, what you're saying is we'll have to go on foot to the bunker. Coaching there depends. How far away is the bunker? Grill. Welling Woods. Drift. Unfortunately, yeah. But at least we're alive, huh? Grill. I think the devs have an epic for that every day. So after telling each other stories of the apocalyptic wasteland, we know as Fortnite, we learned a few things about the husk. Honestly, most of them are cliche, but here they are anyway. We learned that they are bloodthirsty, they feed on humans. They learned that by unfortunately watching Bright's brother, Bright Gunner, get eaten alive. If bait, you turn and win. Unfortunately, learned that from seeing Bright Gunner turn, so, yeah. It was almost sunset by the time they finished talking. Grill. So, we're leaving tomorrow night, bright and early. All each send some of the following. Okay, agree, or whatevs. Back at the bunker. Rusty sitting in the cafeteria next to the pizza pen burger stand looking sad. Tomato head. Oh, why is so sad? That's probably offensive thing I just did. Rusty, I don't know. I guess we just discovered that how much more scary the world is out there. I'm not sure. I was about to sing Grill out there. Tomato head smacks Rusty on the head. Are you an idiot? Who the heck got you that umbrella? Grill did. Beef boss. Brrr. Who's the one that always used to carry you into your victory? Rusty. Grill did. Tomato head. The way you're portraying right now makes him look like a wimp. He's got more soul wins than you could ever get. But it's just only amount you can get is 0. You're right. I really gotta stop. I know what I can use. You know what I can use to stop worrying? Beef boss. Durr. A burger from Durr Burger. Well, actually, I was going to say a pizza from the pizza pit. Durr Burger. Pizza. Durr Pizza. Durr Pizza. Durr Pizza. Rusty. Guys, I was just going to say slurp juice. You got it and drank it. Can I have another? Tomato and Durr Burger look at each other worried. Beef boss look at each other worried. The next day, Girl woke up and went out to map a room with the bunker without waking anyone up. The plan was, Girl, if you don't mind, I'd like to tell my plan, Mr. Narrator. Okay, then take it away. Well, we go to Retail Row for more supplies, then Lonely Lodge for more supplies, then to the bunker we go. When they got out, he then got his battle horn and woke them up. What the bleep was that for? Girl, you can sleep when we get to the bunker. Time to move out now. So they started the drive through Rolling Woods. After Boone was left at Retail Row, they headed off to Lonely Lodge, where they heard gunshots followed by a quick, "Back off, mother bleepers!" Grill, what the heck was that? Drift, probably been enforcers. I thought they died off years ago. Grill, what's an enforcer? But that's when it came to light. An enforcer was shooting at a horde of husks. Suddenly, Grill's kindness to others took over. I mean, why did you shoot the husk? Where was that kindness when last time we played? Huh? That was a bad joke. Grill, after the fight, hey, do you want to come to our bunker? I'm taking these survivors here. Enforcer, I'm afraid it's too late for me. The enforcer opened up his wound to reveal a bite mark, but there's another enforcer and a high school kid just over at the top of one large tower. But you have to kill me first. Grill, showing no remorse, Grill shows no remorse and shoots the guy with an arrow. Well, let's go get those folks now. Why? More survivors equals more hope for the future, Drift. No, I mean, why no drama when you're shooting him? Grill, it's a waste of time. So they went to the tower and Lonely Lodge to find an enforcer and some high school kid were already making a run for it. Grill, hey, that enforcer sent us. We're going to the bunker and we're wondering if you want to come. Enforcer, sure. I'm enforcer and this guy's name is Dyer. Dyer. Hi. Whoa, buddy, you act like you've been scratched by something. They all laugh, even though Dyer and Enforcer seem to be fake laughing and real laughing. Whatever, probably none. So they went to the bunker where they met by yours truly, Rust Lord. Oh, new friends. Well, first I'm going to have to check you for any bites or scratches because according to my looter, that's how you are infected. So they checked each and every one of them. The more close they got to die, the more nervous she and Enforcer got. I miswrote that entire scene. When they got to Dyer, much to their surprise, he was clear. Enforcer again checked. What the frick happened? Dyer, I don't know. One sank in, there's a scratch on my rib, now it's gone. Well, let's just be happy that you got in. Dyer, I've never been more happy in my life. So after orientation and everything to get the new dwellers comfortable, Dyer all of a sudden ran to the bathroom looking like he was about to have diarrhea. Get it? Oh, diarrhea. I spelled it, I didn't spell it with an H, I spelled it diarrhea. Okay. Grill. What was that about, Enforcer? I don't know, he said rather nervously. Once in the bathroom, Dyer threw up in the toilet. Dyer, what's happening to me? He looked in the mirror, he saw his eyes turn yellow. To be continued. Author's note. If there's anything you want to suggest to me, please tell me in the comments. Thanks for reading. So yeah, this is where more of that 7th grade iteration of I don't want to proofread any of my works because that's boring. Part of me came out, like there was a lot of like mistakes in there. You guys heard how hard it was for me to read on my first try, right? And this is just basically, since this chapter is way longer than episode 1, right? You know, that's how it's like more apparent like how bad my writing used to be. So yeah. But overall, I like that chapter. I like that chapter overall, though. It's fun reminiscing like this. Next is episode 3, A Rift in the System. Author's note. Hello there. Welcome to the second and last episode of The Bunker. I just want to say thank you for reading this and supporting the series. Thank you and enjoy. Enforcer. The Enforcers are a group of survivors bent to bring peace back to the island. Well, Life Before the Apocalypse has taught these people nothing because everyone knows that there's no such thing as peace. They learned that the hard way. One dude, in fact, defected from the rest of the group, saying something about how the boss slept with his sister or something like that, and all hell broke loose. When the dust settled, me and my brother tried to save what we can. Starting saving that dude that just ran into the bathroom like he had diarrhea. Get it? Which I bet was what he totally had. A group of survivors were sitting in the fast food court part of the bunker when Rusty came by to talk to Grill. Bright. Yo, Rusty. Rustler, yeah, Bright. What's your story like before the bunker, Rustler? That's a story for another time. Right now on Grill, I need to talk to you. Grill followed Rustler to a blue glitchy thing. Grill, what the bleep is that? Rusty, I don't know. Could be a portal to unimaginable horrors, could be a death trap meant to kill you, or it could be a teleport. Or it can teleport you into the sky. Out of the way, it's dangerous and we shouldn't tell anyone about this. Just then, a loud growl was heard, followed by some screams and what sounds to be loud meat chewing Grill. Rusty and Grill went out to see that werewolf-looking thing was eating one of the survivors. Acting on impulse or stupidity, Rusty ran at the wolf and started punching it mercilessly. They fought in an epic fight that I am honest to God too lazy to describe. Long story short, Rusty threw the wolf into the rift. Rusty, with pain, what the bleep was that? Enforcer, that might have been that dire cat I brought in. Rusty, and why the bleep was he like that? He got scratched by a husk. I thought that nothing would happen. I guess I was wrong. Why the long bleep the cuss word sound... a bleep so long the cuss word sounds so fake? Would you bring an infected in here and not tell us? Why would you keep a little blue portal-ish thing in here and not tell us? Rusty, well, at least I was planning on telling you about that. Grill, whoa, why am too... It's too dangerous. Let's keep it up, Rusty. Alright, this conversation's over. Let's get back to whatever we do in this bunker. Villain base. Dara woke up strapped to a chair wondering what happened when he saw the infamous Omega in front of him. Dara, what do you want from me, Omega? What I want to know is where your little friends are. That I wrote that poorly. Dara, really? Not how I could transform into a legit wolf, Omega. You got scratched by an experimental husk. Now tell me where your friends are. Dara, I don't have any friends, Omega. Come on, you couldn't have murdered millions of drones alone. Dara, I ain't saying bleep. A voice boomed from the hall. This is getting us nowhere. Just then, the visitor's skin got through holding a deagle to Dara's head. You will tell us where your friends are now, or else I'll blow your bleeping head to smithereens. Dara gave a worried look. Outside the bunker, Ghoul Trooper and Teenage Son Cobalt were walking through the Welling Woods bunker looking for the bunker. Cobalt, how do you know if this place even exists, Ghoul? It belongs to an old friend. Ghoul found the bunker and knocked on the front door. Rusty, 1 second, longer than a second later. Rusty, welcome to the Welling Woods bunker. How can I help? Rusty looked at Ghoul. Oh, it's you. What do you want? Cobalt, is this the old friend you're talking about, Mom? Rusty, confused. Mom? Ghoul mouthed the words, help me, to him. Rusty sounded like he could give less of a bleep about this. Fine, follow me, survivors. Eventually, the visitor and the Omega got tired to school about the bunker was in Welling Woods. Visitor, send every husk missile we have at Welling Woods. For those who need hand-holding, a husk missile is a missile full of husks. No, that's crazy. I know that's lazy writing, but next episode wouldn't be as fun to write if there's just regular missiles. What the frick did I just write? So, will the survivors of the original Meteor Land survive this onslaught? Find out next time on The Bunker. So yeah, I think this is right when I started rewriting mostly everything, right? This is when I started to rewrite, because like there's like a way halfway through 7th grade when I switched it from me to fanfiction.net, and that's whenever like I accidentally deleted like everything from one episode onwards. So I think it was episode 3 that I started to rewrite it. And you can clearly see that my writing has gotten a bit better since then, right? And yeah. Yeah, that's mostly it. There's still some mistakes. There are major pacing issues in this, but overall, it's really good to go back and read this one. I like it. Episode 4, Our Last Chance. Or is it? So, Rusty checked Ghoul and her son for bite / scratch marks and gave him the tour of the bunker. Ghoul, can we speak privately, Rusty? Rusty, follow me. Rusty led her to his office. Ghoul, do you remember when you first told me that the meteor would destroy the island? Rusty, do I remember it? I have to constantly relive it every time I walk through this bunker's halls. Ghoul, I didn't believe you back then. So much so it grabbed me to make huge mistakes. Rusty, cut the bleep! I've seen too many movies, watched too many shows, read so much fan fiction, the bad kind to know what is head. No, I don't want to get back with you. Ghoul, why not? Rusty, do you expect me to get back with you after what you did, leaving me because you thought I was crazy? The reason this bunker doesn't look as cool as it could is because that divorce you went through cost me so many V-Bucks. I was even thinking of calling this entire bunker operation off because of how broke it made me. Ghoul, oh, Rusty. Rusty, don't you owe Rusty me, bleep. Ghoul, you have every right to be, Rusty. I have every dang right to be pissed. Ghoul, let me bleep and finish. I'm sorry for all I did, but I was wondering if you wanted to get back together. Rusty, what don't you get, lady? I don't want to get with you. Ghoul kissed Rusty on the lips. Rusty, okay, I'll get back with you. Rusty, you dipstick. So wait, that kid you brought with you is my son? Ghoul, yes he is. Rusty and Ghoul kiss some more when... BOOM! Yes, a husk missile hit the bunker, tossing Rusty and Ghoul against the wall furthest from the explosion. Rusty woke up a few seconds later. Ghoul? Ghoul! Ghoul got up and yelled at Rusty. Ghoul, I'm fine. Rusty, come on. We gotta find some more survivors. Rusty got out a blue pistol and tossed it at Ghoul. Ghoul got his deagle. Rusty got his deagle and then went out and they went to search the bunker film base a few months before. It was a good job. Omega put him in a cell with the other prisoner. Omega. Yes, sure. Omega grabbed Dyer and dragged him into a cell with some blue dude. Dyer, so, what's your name, blue dude? My name's Ice King, the one and only threat to visitors' plans. You want to take him down, you're going to have to just get me first. The bunker. BOOM! Another husk missile hit. Rusty and Ghoul were looking around when all of a sudden the husk tackled Rusty. The husk tried to bite Rusty until a bullet was put through its head by Grill. Rusty, is that you? Rusty looked at Grill. Rusty, glad you're alive. Boom! Another husk missile. Rusty and Grill searched the bunker when a wave of husk ran at the group. They held off for as long as they could, but looked as though it was in for our heroes. Is what I would say if Drift and Bright didn't come and finish the rest of the horde off. Boom! Another husk missile hit. Rusty, glad to see that y'all are still alive. Grill, looks like we're building ourselves a strike team. Rusty, yeah, but what are we going to strike? We don't even know where this onslaught is coming from. Boom! Blah, 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 husk missile. Grill pointed out one of the shrapnel pieces that had a skull painted on it. Rusty, I know exactly who sent this onslaught. Boom! How many husk missiles do they have? Ghoul, who? Just then, Husk came at them. Rusty, I'll tell you when they escaped. They ran and ran until they saw Drift and Bright Bomber and holding ARs. Coming in holding ARs. They aimed and started shooting at the horde, thinning out some of their numbers. Rusty, stop shooting and start running. They all ran until they found the stairs to the way out, and they ran up them. A few minutes later, they were out of the bunker. Real. So, Rusty, you were saying something about knowing who sent those missiles? Rusty. Omega. He was the reason I found out about the coming of this apocalypse, the reason I built this bunker, which you all will find out about in another episode. But right now, we need to strike them while they're vulnerable. So, they grabbed some stray weapons and made their way towards the villain base. One necessary long crime later, and they're at a little shack at the top of the villain base. They cracked it open and took some fall damage dropping down. Rusty, who knows how many husks there are guarding this place. So the team, which may remind you consists of Rusty, Ghoul Trooper, Cobalt, Grill, and everyone's favorite couple, Bright Bomber and Drift, walked through the base, searching almost every room until they found a really bloody looking Dyer. Dyer, hey guys. Dyer, the bleep they do to you. tortured me until I gave away your location. I would be mad at you if what you did hadn't led me and my team here. Muttering, still squealing. Bleep! Well, Dire, I know who started the apocalypse, Omega. No, he's a pawn in a bigger boss's game. A game that's brought this apocalypse. A game that's killed many. A game that's brought on seasons of suffering. A game that... Cool. Just get to the bleeping point! Dire, it's an alien named the Visitor. Help me and this man out. He claims to know how to kill this alien. Deal. So they set the Ice King and Dire free as they went further into the base. A few moments later, and the door shut, separating the rest of the group from Rustlord. He walked a few steps before the Visitor had him at a chokehold in the blink of an eye. Rusty, the bleep just happened. Are you that one that built the bunker? The one that saved all those lives? Rusty? Yeah. Are you the Visitor that started this apocalypse? Yeah. Once I'm done killing you, I'm going to go out there and kill all your friends, and then I'll get back to my regular business. Rusty, what business are you talking about? To infest his penal plants with my children, or as you call them, Hust. Once I do this world will finally be perfect. Rusty, what makes you think I ain't perfect now? Visitor, pollution, hatred, the typical villain crap like that. A bang could be heard on the door that separated Rusty. Visitor, I can see your friends are trying to save you. Well, I guess I gotta kill you now. Then Omega came into view. Rusty, Omega? Omega, I'm sorry, do I know you? It's me, Rustlord, the guy you let sneak into your Husk lab, the reason why many are still alive. Visitor, you what? You told me that there was a glitch in the meteor, that the meteor left some still alive, Omega. That part was true, I just didn't think this idiot would have been able to create a bunker and house survivors. The Visitor dropped Rusty and they got into an argument about responsibility, doing things right. Stuff parents and kids argue about. While that was going on, Ice King broke the door down with a big bleep and sword. Ice King, Visitor! Visitor, oh no, not you. Ice King ran up to the Visitor and had him on the floor and his sword close to the Visitor's head. You offer me a partnership. The moment I'm useless to you, you abandon me. Well, I don't go down that easy. And then Ice King sliced the Visitor's head off. As soon as Ice King did that, it started to snow in the room. Ice King, with him gone, I'll be at full power again. I'll be able to rebuild my empire over this horrible planet. Darn, what? I thought we were going to agree to destroy the Visitor. Yes, but I wasn't clear about what I do after that. Ice looked in horror as once again his world was about to be taken over. Rusty, no more. He ran at the Ice King with full might and jumped at him. The Ice King stuck his sword in Rustlord's chest grill. No! Drift looked at the situation that was in front. He knew what to do. He got up all his strength and he teleported the rest of the group to Lonely Lodge. The group stood still in shock. After a while, Bright said, "So, what now?" To be continued in Season 2. And then the author note said, "Hello, and thanks for reading this chapter. I'm sorry if it got confusing to read in the middle, but I went over my writing time limit and I forgot how to grammar after the time limit. Thanks for reading and see you next season." And then I have a bit of a Season 2 teaser. Drift and Grill Sergeant are pinned down by the Ice King. By two ice figures shooting at them. Drift, when I said I was going to join the resistance against Ice King, I then signed up for ice soldiers, fear, explosions, being outnumbered, or dead friends. And yeah, that's basically the bunker Season 1, right? And overall, it's bad, right? It's like really bad. Like objectively, it's bad. Objectively, it's like one of the worst stories I've written, right? The pacing is off. The grammar sucks. The way I wrote it in that script format just didn't work at all, right? And like I said, the pacing, I still can't get over the pacing being bad, right? It was too fast. So the way things happened, the way I introduced things, it was just too fast. If I could do it over again, I probably would have gotten 6 episodes to sort of flesh a bunch of things out, right? But subjectively, this is probably one of my favorite stories that I've ever written, ever, because like I said, it's the thing that got me into writing. Sure, I had written this one Spider-Man fan fiction before that. However, this is what sort of inspired me to continue that, because that Spider-Man fan fiction didn't catch on. However, I posted this to Amino and people wanted more. I think I started a whole fan club on Amino, because based off this entire thing, right? People were actually commenting, interacting, they're invested in the story, right? And that sort of proved to me that I'm actually good at this, and I should probably continue to work on it, right? But yeah, it's not over though. As you could tell, there is a Season 2, right? However, Season 2 is probably going to come out for a while, and that's because I am currently still writing it. The first 3 or 4 episodes are up on fanfiction.net right now. I'll put the link down below, along with you can read the entirety of season 1 too. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to mention this at the beginning too, because if I do mention this at the beginning, this is after this. But I recommend you do read this after. I recommend you read this rather than hearing me listen to it, because it was meant to be read, right? In fact, I'm pretty sure it's better if you do read it instead of me reading it all confused, because then it flows a bit better whenever you read it yourself. But yeah, still writing season 2 of The Bunker, but whenever I finish that entire thing, I'll do another audio. And then I also have a Christmas special, for The Bunker. I wrote one, that was the first ever Christmas special I ever worked on, in my life, right? So I have a Christmas special for The Bunker. I'm going to read that during Christmas with the King, so be excited for that. And yeah, thank you for watching. This is my magnum opus, like I said. This is something that's important for me, so thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. And see you next time. Bye.